aproximadament 20 quilos de material carregat.
O com us sentiu, aquest repte acaba de finalitzar.
What it is like to travel across Asia and Europe on foot.
Dos motxillers rodamons caminant de Bangkok a Barcelona. Aquest és el títol de la xerrada que es va fer dilluns a la Biblioteca Torts i Bages.
Soc un apassionat dels viatges. Soc un viatger malalt dels viatges, la curiositat, la fam de viatjar i de conèixer llocs. Fa molts anys que la porto a dins, tinc el virus aquest del viatjar.
Why did I start walking? Because he made me. No, I started walking a long time ago. Probably when I was first traveling, it was the way to see the world. I went by bus and plane and train and all that other stuff, but once you're in a place, walking is the only way to see the life. It's the only way to see how people live.
Soc el Lluís, nascut a Barcelona, soc casteller dels Castellers de Vilafranca des del 87. És un gran invent, això de caminar. La humanitat va començar així i així seguim.
I'm Jenn. I grew up in the US. Visc aquí a Catalunya des de 2006. És casa meva, parlo català. I'm a walker. I'm a traveler. Maybe I was a butterfly in a past life. I float often. I'm nomadic, but I'm looking for roots.
És ecològic, vas al teu ritme, no depenc de ningú. Fixes tu la ruta, pots passar per on vulguis, per allà on no passen fins i tot les bicicletes. Coneixes més coses, coneixes més gent, sovint, perquè ets molt més assequible.
I was traveling alone in Europe for 6 months. Somebody told me to go to the Festival in Barcelona, told me specifically to go see the Castellers. I pushed my way through, got to the center of the square, and stood there like that. What are these kids doing? And then I decided to ask somebody. I started to pull out notebooks and paper and write down all the notes, and I wanted to know more about the tradition. I asked somebody, tapped somebody on the shoulder, and they found somebody who spoke English. And that was it. And that started the beginning of a long relationship.
Congratulations to us. Perdó.
Els castells ha estat sempre, des de fa molts anys, una carta de presentació, una excusa per començar un diàleg, una imatge per ensenyar la meva procedència. Sempre, fa molts anys, que porto una foto plastificada. Amb allò trec allò i dic, a casa fem això. I moltes sovint aquella gent es queda mirant allà i comença a comptar pisos. Stop all. I aquí, the kids up there. You're crazy. Els castells tenen 4 paraules que els defineixen. Són els 4 pilars. Força, equilibri, valor, disseny. I moltes coses a la vida i en aquesta experiència viatgera s'han vist reflectides en el món casteller. La força física ha estat quelcom necessari per, durant 16.048 quilòmetres, portar a sobre les nostres cases. Portar a sobre entre 18 i 25 quilos cada dia.
The worst moment of the day, sometimes it's all day for me. Sometimes my shoulder hurts from the moment I put my pack on, my ankles hurt to the moment I go to sleep. I wake up in the middle of the night with my joints hurting sometimes.
Han estat moments físics de forat amb la carn viva al peu, lesions musculars. Per això necessites força física, però la mental és la que ens ha fet arribar a Barcelona. La xafogor increïble de Tailàndia i Birmània, els deserts que ens torràvem d'Azerbaidjan, Iran i Uzbekistan.
I have never experienced thirst before this walk, and every drop of water that I put into my mouth is the most precious gift that I could have ever imagined. The idea that water comes out of your sink and you could drink it has taken on a completely new meaning for me. More than once I wanted to quit, and more than once I thought I was going to quit this trip. But here I am.
L'equilibri sempre jo l'he considerat com una situació en la qual has d'arribar per evitar un mal major. Equilibri en negociacions, equilibri en relacions, equilibri amb els castells per no caure. L'equilibri a nivell intern nosaltres ha estat l'equilibri de la relació personal entre Jenn i jo.
So the day tends to be marked by when I need to eat and when I need to rest.
The basic daily concern is basically water first, and second, where to sleep every night.
No, and food.
And food third, but where to sleep
First.
Com fer per estar 24 hores del dia, cada dia, durant setmanes i mesos, sempre junts, amb dolors, pudors, suats, bruts, amb gana, amb fred, adolorits, sempre junts. Se t'acaba el gas, se t'acaben les ganes d'estar junts. Hem partit peres a estones, a dies, a setmanes, però hem trobat un equilibri difícil, emocional i personal per poder continuar plegats. El valor per nosaltres va ser, tenint una vida de privilegi, amb família superbé, amb amics, amb feina, fent castells, anant a la platja, tenir el coratge de deixar tot això, agafar un avió, anar-se'n a Bangkok i tornar a peu durant anys.
And that seems so crazy, even to us now. At some moment in your life, you're going to feel that call. You'll have to choose if you're ready for it. Because you spend more time in life thinking about the things you want to do and don't do, than you actually spend doing the things that you're called to do. But if you keep thinking about it and dreaming about it, schedule it, plan for it, save money for it, and do it. Find a way to do it. And life is an adventure, and it's meant to be lived like an adventure.
El seny, un dels valors que sovint queden oblidats. Has de prendre decisions ben assenyades gairebé cada dia. A Bangladesh, Jenn va trobar-se uns problemes de salut, va fer unes proves i va seguir una medicació.
They had found a tumor in Bangladesh, and I had to get tests done in Delhi, and I went by myself to do those tests. And there was blood in the tumor, and they didn't know what it was. And the doctor thought it may have been cancer. I decided to do a full hysterectomy because of family history. My mom died of uterine cancer, and many women in my family have had issues with this. So I chose that. I chose to do a very radical surgery in India.
No tornem a Europa, no anem als Estats Units, la fem a Delhi. Aquella decisió assenyada va anar molt bé i la vam prendre sabent que no era càncer, que no era una decisió forçada a vida o mort.
When we set out for this trip, we wanted to add a bit of a subtitle to it. And that subtitle is something that we were really, really connected to. We felt it really deeply in our blood. We knew it existed, and we wanted to prove that it existed. The phrase became exploring the world, searching for the goodness of people. En català és exploren el món i cerquen la bondat de la gent.
És un dels objectius del nostre viatge. Fer públic com de bo és el món, encara que aquí no ens ho vulguin explicar. El món està ple de gent molt bona i aquesta és la que trobem pel camí.
We started to decide very strategically to say yes to every invitation. And for days, we were being invited for tea. Come in for tea. And tea was never just tea. It was tea and bread and yogurt and sweets and everything else that they could bring out on the table for us. And we had to start saying no at some point because there were so many invitations for tea.
Even if we don't have language, and that's sometimes a barrier, sometimes it's a big barrier, but we always have just human communication. People's eyes say a lot of things. People's faces say a lot of things. The way they move in their kitchen or in their living room and the way they interact with each other says a lot of things. Like when there's nothing else to talk about, somebody will pop in a video of a kid's wedding, and that's a universal thing. And we've been invited into a Burmese wedding where we've spoke no language and we've sat as guest of honor. And we're like, we don't belong here. Look at what we're wearing. This is so inappropriate. But they don't see it that way. They see it as you're a person who was walking by. You can share in our lives. You can see this experience.
De 955 dies de nits que hem passat durant tot el viatge, 298, un 31% de les nits que hem passat fora, hem estat convidats a casa d'algú, a casa seva. I ens pregunten sovint, i no teniu por?
There's that split second when you have to trust that you are going to be okay, and you don't always know it, but there is a moment, and we've kind of learned this it's a very fine line of when you think you're safe and when you're not safe. And I don't know how to put words around that. Like it's an experience that you learn, I think.
Nosaltres entrem a casa seva. Poden fer amb nosaltres el que volen, però són ells els que més arrisquen. Són ells els que porten a casa uns desconeguts per compartir indrets més íntims amb els seus fills, nets, pares, mares, avis.
So when we were walking along the coast of Iran, we met a very special family. We ended up spending a day with them while we were up at the sea. And then we were invited to spend a week with them in Isfahan. And we got to meet them and their whole family, and every day was just this deeper and deeper experience that we were having. It's almost as if we had known each other the whole time. And then there was this surprise at the end. It's one of the most touching things that anybody has done for us in the whole adventure. Azadeh, the young woman who was helping us, who knew the most English and was helping us communicate with her family, gave us a really big surprise.
Em va arreglar un anel de la hòstia, no? Era... no sé, com explico?
Un molt bon anell
Un bon anell.
de joieria, que el van a buscar.
Then we went and we got it sized for my finger, and it's just the most beautiful token of our trip and the reflection of how much beauty and kindness there is in the world. How are we lucky enough to have those moments? What makes us so special to have that? When we reached Italy, and some woman with her daughter is running down the street after us and saying, Madam, my daughter saw you guys walking. Come home and have lunch with us. And we met her 3 children and her husband and her mother-in-law. We fell in love with her kids, and her kids named their chickens after us. There are 2 chickens somewhere in Italy named after us, the walkers, who happened to just pass through their village. And over the course of this time, we found out that she is Bosnian, and her name is Stella.
Hey!
Hello, beautifuls.
Hello! How are you? Hey!
Miriam.
Ciao, buongiorno!
Ciao, buongiorno. Grazie mille. Amina, you're so tall.
Ooh,
You're as tall as your mom.
Hi!
And Mario,
Where's
Mario, come
Miriam?
here. We miss you.
We miss you too.
Don't be shy, Mario, don't be shy.
She grew up in that war, and she saw things that I cannot repeat here without completely breaking down and crying. And she's telling us, she was a teenager at the time, she's telling us these horrible stories. And we're crying with her at her kitchen table. And this is the humanity of our walk. It's about the kindness, but it's also about taking the moment and hearing somebody's story and feeling that story and how much her life has impacted me personally and the good that she's trying to bring in the world with her children and her relationship. And she's a teacher, and the work that she's doing for others.
Life is wonderful. Life is liberty. Life is joy. Life is enjoying the trip and see the people like you today is a very, very special thing. And I think if exist the people like you, everything is possible.
Wow.
We are not these strangers, foreigners, Westerners. We are with them. We wash their dishes, we play with the kids, or we talk to the elder people, and we make some jokes, or we try to milk one cow, and which is a great experience, by the way. Hem fet de cangur, hem cuidat gent, ens han cuidat a nosaltres.
It's something curious.
It smells delicious.
Yes.
When we needed it the most, another woman helped us out. I had met her during that meditation retreat. And when she found out what I was doing and going through with the surgery, she moved her whole family around and made an apartment available for us to stay. Her name is Namrita, and she is our angel in India. She came almost every day with food for us. No problem. You just stay at our house. You take good care, you take rest, you stay as long as you want. And we stayed there for 6 weeks. And I don't know what we would have done without her and her help.
But look at all this rain and rain and rain.
It made the choice feel much more powerful, to know that other people were willing to help us and to take care of us. And it's those kinds of lessons where we had to make choices like this, and we had to depend on other people to help us, that we learned that there was no way we could get through this walk without the help of people. And still to this day, we're in touch with so many of these people They'll send us little notes now and again. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. How's everything going? This is just a small number of the mementos and gifts that people gave us along the way.
These unforgettable moments happen because we are open to them. If you walk through life or walk the distance that we've walked and you shut yourself down, you won't get invited into these things.
Malgrat les dificultats, els dolors, el temps, moltes coses que ens han passat, les bones, de llarg, sobrepassen tot el patiment i és un goig.
És un goig, sí. M'agrada aquesta frase. És un goig. És un goig. La gent són un goig. El món és el goig. The very first memory that comes to mind is when we rounded a curve going towards the Pamir Mountains. At that moment, I looked at the mountains and I looked at Lluís and I said, thank you for bringing me here. It was the most spectacular thing I had ever seen in my life.
And just walking with Jenn, nobody else. The Wahan corridor, the river in front of us, Afghanistan, mountains, snow caps, and the landscape, the solitude, and the determination to continue. Després de 16.000 quilòmetres i 955 dies de ruta, aquí tenim l'Arc de Triomf. Aquí estem arribant a casa. Un somni fet realitat. Moltes, moltes felicitats, de veritat.
I think what keeps coming back, even now after the walk is finished, and as I carry so much of this walk through life with me, I think what it comes down to is the importance of having a bit of fierceness to go out into the world, and a little bit of a foolhardy willingness to see what comes and to stay curious about what life will unfold for us and the surprises that life brings when we don't even expect it.
Benvinguts. Moltes gràcies a tothom. A vegades ens han preguntat quines armes porteu per defensar-vos. Les nostres dues armes són somriures i perseverança.
Who's on the road?
On the road.
But this, we're walking with our new friend Enes.
Somriures aplanen molts camins i perseverança ens fa seguir malgrat totes les grans dificultats.
If you want to live your life well, you have to decide if it's worth it. And walking the world is, at the end of the day, people are people, and you gotta trust that people are gonna take care of you somehow. And they have. So the more I walk, the less afraid I am.